What's up, you guys? DaveyTacos here. I am doing a reaction video because I don't know. Where's my hat at? Because I want to. Now, you see, I'm bored. It's quarantine. I love doing YouTube videos. I'm too lazy to do YouTube videos, so I'm not even sure if this is going to be posted. And if it's posted, drop a like. I'm about to hit 20 subscribers. I only have 13. I've been having 13 for months. Subscribe if you haven't. Please, I'd really appreciate it. I'm gonna split this video to two parts and 5 likes for part 2. That's when I'll drop it. I'll record both of them right now. Okay, and
when something is caught on camera, you would think that any mystery behind the event would be instantly solved after viewing what has been captured. However, that is not always the case, and in this video we look at 5 mysteries that, despite having quite detailed video footage, are still unsolved. Before we begin, don't forget that if you want more content, you can become a patron for just $2 per month.
He does so much research.
This week,
do that for him. He does so much research for all of his videos.
We've uploaded 2 videos for you to enjoy. One is a 40-minute documentary,
but I'm gonna skip it,
on the mystery of DaveyTacos, and the other, don't forget, access to exclusive. The unsolved murder of David Breckenridge. At 10
This just sounds scary. Look at the photo. Sheesh.
10 a.m. on August 10th, 2002, 28-year-old medical student David Breckenridge of St Leonard's, New South Wales, Australia, began his double shift as a bartender at Moreton's Hotel on Sussex Street, Sydney. He finished his shift at 9 p.m. and travelled by bus to St Leonard's Tavern, where he purchased a 6-pack of beer. At 11:52 p.m, he made a phone call from a public telephone booth to his friend Philip Noyce, telling him he had picked up a 6-pack and he'd be over soon to watch the Tri-Nations match between South Africa and New Zealand.
But that gotta be sad. Like, you pick up some beers and then like you just want to chill with the homie, watch a football game, a soccer game, football game, and you just disappear like that. Oh, that must suck. Bro, I feel like that's gonna happen to me one day. I feel like I'm just gonna disappear. No one's gonna know what happened to me. I'm not gonna know what's gonna happen to me. That must suck.
Sadly, he never made it, and sometime between 11:52 p.m. and 12 a.m, he was brutally murdered in a frenzied knife attack.
A knife attack? Oh, that shit, that must hurt. I can feel the pain already, bro. Brutally murdered. Not just murdered, brutally.
At around 12:04 a.m, his body was discovered slumped on the ground by a female motorist at the intersection of Berry Lane and the Pacific Highway of St Leonard's. His murder was never solved, and this footage is minutes before he was murdered, when he purchased beer in the St Leonard's Tavern.
They're gonna show footage right before he died. That's depressing. Where's he at? Which one is he?
In the days after David's death, it emerged that he had celebrated.
Wait, I just know his name is David. That's my name. Ooh.
His 28th birthday, and the day before that he had spent the night with a 19-year-old woman named Hannah Orlick. At the time, Orlick was dating a man named Paul Stapleton, and when he found out, he was furious. After hearing about David's murder, Orlick broke it off with Stapleton and went to the police with information that he drove a black car after hearing a black car was part of the police's case. Understandably, Stapleton became a suspect, but he had an alibi and told police he was with 3 friends watching the rugby game at the time of the murder, something they confirmed at the time. However, since then, 2 of the friends Stapleton relied on for his alibi denied he was with them at the time, and the other friend cannot remember. although it's worth pointing out that Stapleton was never charged and has always denied any involvement in the murder. In a 2005 inquest into the murder, an open finding was delivered and the coroner found there was a lack of evidence linking Stapleton to the scene of the crime.
Imagine having like a very good suspect and this shit don't work out. I feel bad for this dude. He's dead. Rest in peace, David.
Stating it was a very remote possibility for him to be involved. David's parents described their son as intelligent and charismatic, and not only was he seldom in trouble, but he actively avoided it, and they were completely baffled why anyone would want to murder him. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding this case is why nobody saw what happened to him. There were lots of people around that night, yet apparently only 2 people have come forward to state what they witnessed. Also, the Pacific Highway has cars streaming past the murder site at all time, yet only 2 people came forward as having seen something. It's thought several people saw his body and just kept driving. So why did no one stop?
Oh, imagine seeing a dead body on the road and you're just like, eh, eh, fuck that guy, huh? Like, who, who does that? That's fucked. Now that's fucked.
Stop to save him or come forward to identify his killer? The murder of David Breckenridge is the subject of a 5-part podcast by the Daily Telegraph called 8 Minutes.
Number 4.
Stella Lansing. In 1961, Stella Lansing was at her home in Northampton, Massachusetts, when she spotted an orb-like object hovering over her house. The object appeared to be observing her before it suddenly zoomed towards her, hovering briefly in front of her before darting away and disappearing. 4 years after the incident in 1965, Stella had another similar encounter. It happened while she was driving to a friend's house to deliver candles during the US East Coast power blackout.
What is that? That looks. What's up with these photos, bruh? Come on, I know there was better photography at that time.
Stella was alone in her car when she saw the orb-like object following her by weaving in and out of the telephone poles along the side of the road. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, a menacing dark car appeared on the road alongside her, and for reasons she couldn't explain, she believed that the orb was driving the car. The car eventually pulled over to the side of the road and came to a stop. Stella, feeling for her life, kept driving, but she could still see the orb heading over the fields that ran alongside the highway.
Dog, imagine getting fucking chased by fucking aliens? What kind of shit do you have to do to get chased by aliens? Not even cops, not the FBI, not the government, aliens. Well, you must have been, yeah, you had to do something stupid in order to do that. Jeez.
Before it finally disappeared. Over the next few months, both Stella and her children would regularly see the orbs. Sometimes they would remain still, and other times they would appear to be following them. However, on Halloween night 1966, the experiences took a terrifying turn. At around 7:20 PM, Stella parked her car in a space overlooking a lake, but as she went to switch off her headlights, she saw a strange figure emerge from the water.
Oh, hell no. Oh, do not tell me. Why? What would you do? I know damn well any normal person. Motherfucker, run that bitch over. What is you doing? You see a black figure or any figure in front of you just staring at you? You think they're gonna murder you. Run that bitch over. This only happens to white people, I swear.
Stella described it as wearing a black skull cap. In a panic, she screeched away from the scene, but as she looked in her rearview mirror, she could see the figure standing upright on the bank. It began to run towards an orange orb of light that had appeared out of nowhere.
Ooh, now that's some shit. Oh, I took off my glasses because you could see the reflection.
A strange mist seemed to be radiating from the orb. when suddenly a much larger red orb swooped down and then rushed away into the distance, seemingly taking the figure with it. It wasn't only Stella that witnessed strange orbs that night. 2 of her neighbours also saw them. After the incident, Stella was determined to capture a photograph of what she was seeing, so she obtained an 8mm camera. In February 1967, almost 3 months after the Halloween incident, Stella was driving.
Oh, that shit happened on Halloween? Nah.
Along Route 32 when she again noticed lights overhead. She immediately stopped her car to get out to get a better look, and another car also pulled up beside her. Overhead, 2 yellow lights were silently moving from east to west in the direction of the cemetery. By the time Lansing had retrieved her camera from the car, 2 more lights had appeared, and one of them seemed to be bouncing in the sky. Stella recorded the scene in its entirety, and the person from the car parked beside her joined her on the road to observe these bizarre events.
Someone else witnessed it. Who? Come forward, person.
It would be over a year later in April 1968 when Stella finally obtained a projector in order to watch and examine the film in detail. The projector featured the latest technology that allowed her to slow the frames down to 2 frames per second, and this highlighted the amazing and chilling images contained on the film. It's never been converted to video, so all we have is still images, but take a look.
That's creepy. That's fucking creepy. What is? Oh, that's gonna give me nightmares. It's not even that late. What time is it? 9:39. It's 9:39. You see how creepy that shit is? Nah. That's nah. Nah. No. You do that?
In one of the images, Stella could clearly see the heads and bodies of strange men. She would later say, "I never saw the people when filming it. I can't tell you what object they came out of."
I've never seen the men. She didn't see those men. I'm creeped out. I know whoever's watching you're creeped out.
Or what they were in. The only thing I could think of is that they must have come from the soft white object. Stella claimed the white object remained hovering above her while she was
They're there too. I'm pausing this shit a lot. I'll
filming.
let it play.
The 4 strange men that Stella had captured would become known as the occupants. Over the following years, Stella continued to notice strange images and symbols on frames of her films. One that continually came up was what appeared to be a clock pattern that was imposed across the frames. One of these became known as the monk. In 1971, after years of these experiences, Stella met Dr. Berthold Erich Schwarz at a UFO conference. Dr. Schwarz had a keen interest in the paranormal, including ufology, and was extremely interested in what Stella had to say. Schwarz,
Look at this man. Looks like any old white dude in the 60s. Look at him. You don't see those bitches anymore, bro. He looks so like, I don't know how to describe it. He looks like a weirdo. Looks like a flat earther.
went on to perform extensive medical, physical, and neurological examinations of Stella, all of which came back perfectly normal. However, he soon learned that years of sightings and being witness to strange activity had more than taken their toll on Stella's mental health. So much so that in 1967 she had voluntarily entered the State Hospital for psychiatric evaluation. There it was determined that she was a paranoid schizophrenic, and what she was witnessing was hallucinations, not UFOs.
Yeah, tell me she was schizophrenic? When there was a man right there who stopped and looked at the same thing. These men trying to cover up. What if schizophrenic people are the only ones that could see the aliens? Right, homie?
During her evaluation, Stella also claimed to have communicated with the devil. But after spending time with Stella and examining the images she had captured, Shaw's was convinced of her authenticity. This belief was reinforced on the 15th of April 1971, when Shaw's Stella and an unnamed woman made their way to a spot where many of her sightings had taken place. As the car stopped and the headlights were turned off, within a matter of minutes a pair of glowing yellow orbs could be seen above them. But something equally strange happened that evening. As the three of them stood there looking at the extraordinary sight, a strange black car approached them and shined its headlights on them. What followed is what many would describe today as a Men in Black type experience. The three witnesses decided they should get back in their car and leave the area. As they drove away, the mystery vehicle slowly followed them, before suddenly increasing its speed dramatically and screaming past them.
Three men pull up on you when you're just parked outside. What you do? I'm bending over. I know that's what they want. I know they want my booty.
In 1991, a television show, Sightings, picked up on Langsing's story. They obtained her film and transferred it to VHS tape for purpose of the broadcast. The picture that showed the occupant's image, when viewed on the newly transferred VHS tape, now contains strange and mysterious voices, only audible over this particular section of footage.
I know that shit creeped you out too. Ooh, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Even Stella was shocked by this new revelation. However, no one really took her claim seriously, but despite this, Stella continued to search the phenomena she managed to capture and tap into. Nevertheless, at the time of her death in 2012, she still had no answers as to what she was seeing or why.
Okay. There's 12 minutes left of the video. 5 likes for part 2. I know we can do it. Oh, that's creepy. Imagine three men just pull up on you in a black van. What do you do? What can you do? You literally just have to bend over and just spread your cheeks. That's what they want. They don't want anything else. But okay. That's gonna be the end for part 1. I'm gonna record part 2 right now. So like it's still fresh in my memory when part 2 hits. It's 5 likes and I'll upload it the moment I hit 5 likes I'll upload it. Okay. Bye.